and gentlemen, live on Staten Island, it's the Staten Island Comedy Show with your host, Nevin, coming!
Woo! Freddie Kasha, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Staten Island Comedy Show.
Wow.
We're going to have a great show for you tonight, so stay tuned. We have a musical guest. We have April Bruckers here with May. We have two beautiful co-hosts tonight. Don't leave that dial. We have comedians. We have a packed house with comedians. We're going to break a record here on Staten Island Comedy Show tonight with 9 comedians.
9?
But you know what, Freddie?
What?
You know, this hillbilly, right?
Hillbilly.
Redneck. He's in backwoods. He never went to the city, so he wanted to go to the city. Yeah. So he goes to the city and he goes to a store and he sees a mirror with a frame around it. So he says to himself, "Wow, that looks like my daddy. So I'm gonna bring it home." So he brings the mirror home, and he says to himself, "Oh, my wife hates my daddy, so I'm gonna put this mirror into the barn." So he puts it in the barn, and every morning he walks out, goes to the barn, and goes out to the fields. So the wife is looking at him and got curious. So one morning he leaves, and she walks into the barn and to find out what's going on. She looks into the mirror and says to herself, "Oh, this is the ugly bitch that he's been fooling around with." This is the ugly girl, Freddie. This is the ugly girl. Yes, so Staten Island, we got a great show, so stay tuned. Wow, we have a guest, May and April.
Of course,
all the way from Texas.
What's up?
Yeah, it's Calvin Roy.
Calvin Roy, what's up, Calvin?
Hey, how you doing over there? I like blondes.
Good. I love you, Calvin.
That's right. And I thank everybody for coming, tuning in to the Staten Island Comedy Show, and thanks for not running away when you see the cowboy hat. A lot of folks get scared when they see that, like, oh my God, it's when those redneck teabaggers run. I tell you what, I'm a redneck, but I don't like Tea Party. I think they're nuts. I did grow up in a small town. I'm a bit of a redneck, little town called Lott, Texas, L-O-T-T, and trust me, there's not a lot there. Population 724, counting dogs and cats. My graduating high school class was 37 and a half people. 37 and a half because one girl was pregnant when we graduated. Now, I've been living here now 3 years, and I've had to do a lot of adjusting. And my biggest adjustment hasn't been what you think it's been. It hasn't been culture. It ain't been language or logistics. I can ride them subways like anybody else. My biggest challenge has been fashion. You don't believe me, do you? I look kind of like I just got off a horse. And so I've learned the secret to New York fashion. You know what the secret to New York fashion is? Accessories. It's hats, it's belts, it's shoes, it's watches. And the most important accessory you can get in New York City is a scarf. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to go buy into this. I went to my favorite shopping place, Forever 21. And I went and bought me, yes ma'am, I went and bought me a summer scarf. Because only in New York City can you wear a scarf in the middle of August, and it's socially acceptable, especially in Williamsburg. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to demonstrate a few ways you can wear your scarf. We don't have scarves in Texas, in case you didn't know that. We refer to something like this as homosexual attire. And that's not true. That's not true. People in Texas are afraid that if you wear a scarf, it'll turn you gay, and that's a lie. The other reason why we don't have scarves in Texas, it doesn't get cold very often. It only gets cold about 3 or 4 weeks out of the year. And it only snows every 30 years. And when it does snow, all the Mexicans freak out and think there's cocaine on the ground. So I'm going to show you the 3 most common ways to wear your scarf here in New York City. This right here is the first way. It's very GQ, very Fifth Avenue. You can do this. There's nothing wrong with this. The second way you wear your scarf, you must be a little more dramatic about it. You take that sucker off, you fold it over about that much right there, take it, wrap it around your head like so. Now, folks, never go this way with your scarf. Always do what I refer to as the lesbian method. You fist it, grab it, pull it, right there. Be careful, though. They may confuse you for one of those Wall Street guys. And the last and bestest way to wear your scarf when you're here in New York City, you get it out here in front of you like so. Take it and take this way around your head. Then take the other end, go the other way around your head. Get the slack out. But ladies, over there, May, you paying attention?
Yes, I am.
Always leave a little neck and or cleavage for us guys to use our imagination. And you take these two ends right here, and you do a little knot. The rabbit goes through the hole like so. And this right here, folks, tells you everything you need to know about me as a scarf wearer. Number one, it tells you I'm a big fan of Lady Gaga and Elton John songs. Number two, it tells you that I'm a big, if I get to drinking, I may dance with men. Just ask Matt Nagan. When his IBS isn't kicking in, he's a great dance partner. Oh. And the third thing it tells you about me as a scarf wearer, that now that I moved to this great city, New York City, I have conquered fashion, because between this hat, scarf, and boots, I look fabulous. Thank you guys for having me. Make sure you watch Staten Island Comedy Show. Vayos con Dio.
Yeah.
April and May. Oh my, that
Wow,
was
that
Calvin
was
Roy.
excellent. What do you think, May? Now I know how to wear a nice scarf. Let's get method fisting.
All right. Okay. And we're gonna all get up and dance.
I better take my mic off to do that.
Let's blow this music up. Come on, everybody. Shake it up, baby, now. Shake it up, baby. Twist and shout. Twist and shout. Come on.